Cheers.
You gotta take a fucking sip.
Oh,
It's bad luck.
to the establishment. Okay, that was ass backwards.
When do you feel like we started being curators?
I feel like all I immediately think of is your parents' car. Like, I feel like you, and then because you perhaps being an only child gave you a little bit more ability to like have that authority in your parents' car
I had
musically.
no shame. No
You had
shame.
no shame. I feel like there was a time where we didn't know fully what the lyrics were saying in the music we were playing, but then there was a time where we did know what it was saying, and you just full sent it.
I feel like I was just so accustomed to it at that point because like I feel like it really started. I remember the first like inappropriate song. There's really not appropriate song was probably Lollipop in fifth
Yeah.
grade, but it was all over the radio. Like that was the hottest song of the summer. Sexy Can I? Like all of
Yeah.
those things. It's not like I was playing it in the car. It was like that was the song on every radio station and listening to it. So like it didn't even matter. And
Hmm.
then there was also like Birthday Sex by Jeremiah that
Yes.
summer. That
That
one
was
was
that one in the
so weird in the car.
car.
That one got awkward.
Looking back, like Lollipop is almost like um, covered enough to where it's not like super explicit in your face, like lick my dick, but like
Yeah, like as a kid, you can be like,
yeah, but
"This is a
birthday
song
sex
about a lot
couldn't
of."
be more forward. Birthday sex could not be more forward.
And that was the same era. That was like fifth grade.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
And then not only that, but it ended up becoming your dad's favorite song at the time. So he was all for it.
he
Like,
loved it. He
my
loved
birthday
it.
sex.
Which I'm like, yeah, a lot of songs are bangers and they're like not appropriate. That was like
Yeah.
the era. I feel like there was a lot of that. And then I remember it would get like more intense. It would be like it was the white rapper phase that I really got into. I'm thinking like yeah, Mac Miller, but Mac
He
Miller
was
was
later.
like
He was later.
he was a little bit later. There was
Yeah.
like Eminem, the Eminem
Yeah.
era. There was Chris Webby.
Hmm.
Hoodie Allen, kinda. He was like
Pop.
PG. He was like
He's
a PG
poppy.
13
Yeah.
yeah rapper, but I would say it was like the Chris Webby and the Eminem and Mac Miller. Those three were like probably the most pushing the envelope to play in the car. Like it was like
Thanks. I
well, it like I mean Eminem was like
but like
spitting some
I
shit,
but he was spitting, but like it wasn't
but it
it's
is
almost
Eminem.
like it's almost like it was so quick that half the time you don't even register like what he's saying.
Yeah,
But also, yes, it was explicit as far as I feel like Eminem didn't lean. You know what I think it is that in my household, when I think explicit, it has to do with like anything sexual related. So like
that's fair.
swears weren't necessarily like, sure, I couldn't play an Eminem song in my family car, but not because I felt uncomfortable about the swears. It was more about
Yeah, it was about
yeah, it was
the
like
sexual
sexual
layer.
content. So I
I
guess
remember one time we were in the car with your mom. It was one of your birthday parties. We were going to, I think
was
we were ice skating. It was
okay.
in at Gurney Mills. It could have been fifth grade or maybe, I think it might have been fifth grade.
Okay.
But we were driving there and I was sitting in the front seat with your mom, I think. And then we were talking and the song Cyclone came on and she was like, you girls know what this is saying, right?
I remember that moment.
Yeah, okay,
I,
okay.
because I actually at the time, and that's what I feel about Sexy Can I too, is like at the time I didn't totally realize how explicit Sexy Can I was because I just like once I heard Sexy Can I like was like, okay, like Sexy Can I didn't realize I'm and that's the thing too. Are you a lyrics person or a music person? Because I'm a music forward person first. So like I will hear something without really knowing fully what it's saying for I mean, nowadays I'll lock in, but back then I wasn't locking in the lyrics.
I feel like it depends on the music. I feel like I'm a lyrics person first. Like
Yeah.
I like to have a song that I connect to the lyrics to, but I do also like a music vibe.
Does it depend on the type of music or the artist or like
It
when
kind of
is it,
depends.
yeah, when is it that your lyrics first and when is it that your music first?
I guess if I'm listening to something that's slower or alternative and very voice forward, like a little bit more folky alternative, I'm looking for lyrics. I feel like if it's going to be a party song or like something that I want to be a little bit more EDM, anything along any dance music, like shit like that, if it has a good vibe, I can give on the lyrics a little bit. But then if it has a good vibe and lyrics, then it's like, let's go, you know? But yeah, other slower songs, I feel like I want to connect to older songs. I want to connect to lyrics
Okay. Yeah.
or a
But
really good voice. Just like a really
a
fucking
good
good
voice,
voice
like
can
good voice.
overdo that.
With a good voice and a good music, I'm like, I don't care what you're saying. Like the melody of your voice to the song works for me.
Yeah, you
But
can do whatever the fuck you want.
I mean, at that time, so let's say like fifth, sixth, seventh grade, for a song like Sexy Can I, were you super conscious of what that whole song was saying at the whole time?
I think so, yeah. And then I think I really liked rap because of the lyrics. Like, I like to
Yeah.
know the words to the rap songs, and I thought it was like super smart. I feel like I feel like it's the Gemini in me that really liked or really likes rap music. And
Yeah.
like that was one thing that I think, especially when I was younger, I feel like I was all in my Gemini energy, and I feel like that really played out with the music that I listened to.
I'm with you. I feel the same way. And today, if I'm listening to a rap song, if I don't like the lyrics, I'm not listening to like the lyrics actually I feel like solely matter for rap. But I guess going back like cuz I'm trying to like go back to the whole Cyclone and Sexy Can
I feel like really popular songs, that's more of the vibe. It's like
Yeah,
everyone's on it's a frequency that gets in everyone's fucking
with
head
it.
and the chorus and it's catchy. And so I
Yeah.
feel like that could be any lyric, it could be anything. Like you had me singing Olivia Dean's Man I Need as a lesbian. I could give a fuck about the lyrics, but I'm singing that over and over. It's stuck in my head like Come Be the Man I Need because
Yeah.
it was catchy. It doesn't matter what I was singing, what it
Catchy.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, there were songs that I thought were super catchy and knew the words and would sing along, but I didn't fully know what I was singing. Like Cyclone. I was like, you move my body like a cyclone. I didn't fully, I was like, okay, you're referring to,
Yeah.
a body moving. I just didn't connect that. I was just like, yeah, it's a vibe. So
Yeah.
if there was anybody that was ever going to clock inappropriate music, it was Sue
Your
Lehman.
mother.
I mean pushing the envelope for me in college. I mean late high school, college. I played one time. I didn't run it past her. I just played Young, Wild, and Free, and that was pushing the envelope, Connor, which is crazy. Because I mean the only reference really is like smoking weed. There's no sexual
Yeah, it's
reference
really, it's honestly, of all things that were going to be an explicit song, that is a PG
a PG explicit
of
song.
an explicit song.
Yeah. And
That's so
and the
funny.
music delivers to make it like a fun vibe. So yeah, that one time she was like, I played it for the first time and she goes, I don't know about this, Kayla. And I was like, come on, it's such a fun vibe. And I kept playing it and she was like, it's fun, but don't play this in front of your father.
I feel like everyone's going to get the picture that you have this like super uptight
The most
mom.
yeah. Which I mean, in a way, like there were some strong rules, but they're cool
There
parents.
were, yeah, but it's
Strong
just,
rules.
it's funny.
Yeah, I know. I'm not trying to paint them like the most conservative people, but
But that's the funny part is like those rules, like it didn't match.
it didn't
They
match
didn't
their
fully
vibe.
match
Yeah,
their
it didn't
vibe.
match their vibe at all. And
Yeah.
then and by that point, it's not like I was 12 anymore. I was like, I'm damn near 19 and we can't talk about a little smoking weed in the car?
Like you should hear what we're listening to when I'm driving the car alone.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I feel like there's something so special. That is what I feel like really where I liked curating music was like, okay, you have X period of time where you're in a car driving from A to Z. I remember, okay, we have 20 minutes here. What songs am I going to play? And it was almost like you got this window where you were like, you were up. It was your set. And you got, what am I going to pick right now? What's going to set
Yeah.
the vibe for everyone? For me, I didn't have to figure out what was going to be appropriate. Like, what can set this vibe for where we're going and what we're doing in this little bit of time we have in the car for the
Yes.
drive. And then obviously as we got older, we would just drive longer to hear
To
more
hear
music.
more
And we would
music.
literally just drive around to hear music and be little fucking DJs in the car. We would play off of each other with requests, but it was like, it's a big role having aux in
It's a big
any
role.
car. It's a big
Hmm.
role.
And I feel like we grew up with the obviously the phrase like "who's got ox" or like the phrase like "who's
Yeah.
got" did not exist 30 years ago. So like or like
Who is putting the CD in? And we are going to listen to it all the way through.
who is in charge of the music? I feel like because we grew up with like that rise of you can play, you don't have to commit to a CD or a tape or a vinyl. You can like play playlists. I feel like that like we truly were a part of the generation that got to curate music in that sense. Who got aux? It was important. It was like you are
Yeah.
the DJ right now. You are curating the vibe for everybody else. And if you suck, like don't suck, you know?
Yeah, and it's not like we're putting on radio stations or different things like that. We're handpicking every
Handpicking,
single song.
queuing
Yeah,
shit up.
and then
Yeah.
like if you picked the wrong thing that only you liked and everyone was quiet in
And
the
every,
car,
yeah, you
you
lost
couldn't
it.
even enjoy the song
Yeah, I know.
because
And
you were
everybody like,
quiet.
oh, yeah, there was a lot of pressure. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of pressure. I feel like that carried into clearly in college. I think whoever had aux was that pressure became, it was honorable to be given the aux because it meant people trusted you with your music taste to a certain extent. But it was also like, this is a thin line.
You
If
would
you
see
lost your trust,
like sometimes people would be like, oh, someone else just connect,
yeah,
like someone else take over.
like,
I'm so over this because either too many people were asking questions, they were trying to talk, they would have to then be skipping the song because then you're like, okay, let me put on one of my playlists, and then you're like, oh, I didn't know this was
not
in
the
there,
vibe.
and it goes
Yeah.
on for.
Or, or in a certain scenario, and maybe you just had better college friends, but in a certain scenario, you could play 10 back-to-back bangers and everybody's vibing, but then you have one song, even though you've like built this credibility with the last 10 songs, you have one song that comes up and everyone is like, I want aux now, you lost your chance. I'm like, are
You're
you kidding
talking
me?
about men. You're talking about men.
I'm talking about men, yeah. Yeah.
Who think in college a college boy consistently thinks they have superior music taste
Or
to
their God. Yeah.
yeah.
You mentioned your Nana's wedding, and I don't fully remember that. I mean,
Oh
was
yeah,
was
you.
there a certain playlist that was automatically picked, or were we always given that freedom?
So I don't remember because who was sane and gave the 14-year-olds ox for a wedding reception? But I feel like people
Hold
were
on,
used to
hold
like.
on, for 69-year-old people. It wasn't like they
Oh
were.
yeah, okay. So my nana got married. Actually, today is her birthday. She is 84. She's 84.
Shout out Nana.
Shout out Nana. And so it was yesterday was their wedding anniversary. She wanted to get married before she was 70, so they got married the day before her 70th birthday. So this was second marriage, all of this, but we had like generations, all of these generations to go through. Kayla and I were freshmen in high school.
I think we were in eighth grade. It
No,
was
I think
this.
it was freshman year of high school because I know that I was excited that I was about to go to driving school for the summer and get my permit. I was
So
like
you were
really
going
hyped
into
about that.
sophomore year because it's summer.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about that because I feel
No,
like
I promise. I
I was
promise.
I was abroad.
No,
Remember?
that was eighth grade. That was after eighth grade.
I postponed it because I didn't want to miss
Oh,
eighth grade
you went
graduation.
right after because you went while I was in driving school because I remember like I'd be in driving school, driver's ed. I couldn't figure out
It's
what the
actually the
fuck.
1960s right now.
Um, I remember I'd get like very like sparse texts from you of your updates, which was
Hmm.
really crazy because that was like I think the longest we had ever gone not talking, like
Yes,
ever, and not being able to text or we had also just gotten off that whole freshman year where we wrote each other notes every day. So
every day.
it
Yeah.
was like, where's my best friend? Where's
And I wasn't even texting you from a phone. My parents, not to paint them in a conservative light again, but I wasn't allowed to take my phone to Europe. It was a different time. So
yeah.
I took my iPod Touch, and then I could only iMessage you when I was on the Wi-Fi, which was not abundant in the way that it is today. You couldn't just go anywhere and get Wi-Fi.
Yes. Which actually brings me to this is why I think that sometimes my phone's has glitched in the past, where like iMessage will sometimes send it from someone's iCloud
Or
or
their
something or
email.
their
Yeah.
email. Yeah. Well, yours has done that before. Like there was like this era where it started doing that maybe, I don't know, a couple years ago, but just for a bit and then it went back to like your full contact or I like merged them. But your iCloud contact was synced up to in my phone was Kayla's iPod.
Yeah.
And so
So every
I
time
was
I
getting
text
I was
you,
getting texts from Kayla's
it was
iPad.
high. So we were going into sophomore year. Well, okay, like we were fresh out of
We
freshman
just
year.
finished,
Like we
yeah.
were fresh out of freshman year. When I look back at those pictures, that's that's interesting to me. I would have thought I was younger, but I guess not. I guess I actually was that age.
It was a long time ago at this
Yeah.
point. But anyways, there was some sort of playlist I think that happened. Either we created it in advance with my mom, but I feel like we didn't fully create it because I feel like they
Yeah.
pulled in some older music and stuff like that. But we were in charge of this playlist. And so we also got to veer off from the playlist. I don't remember what we played, but I remember we had a little bit like of liberties, or we could go back and we could like, change a song and do
Yes.
that. And I remember we were responsible. We were holding the entire reception.
We
Some
were.
vibes in our
We were.
hands. Yeah.
And I think at the time there were people our age at the wedding too. Not a lot, but there
Not a
were a
lot.
handful of people at the wedding that were our age. And I think that perhaps both of us or maybe me was trying to impress. I think we were cued on the people that were there, and perhaps we were trying to make sure that the vibe was curated for people our age as well as appropriate for all generations, but like a little bit more geared towards the high schoolers at the situation.
Well, I feel like my nana too, and like the other people around, they like to dance to
Yeah.
like younger music, so they're not like,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's these young kids, like they're with it, you know?
Your whole family is so youthful. Like the
Yes.
generations, like the grandmas and the great aunts, all very youthful. Youthful spirits. Anyways, um yeah, I feel like I didn't in my car. I loved being able to curate music. I don't think I was given that opportunity often.
In college, once I brought the Prius to college, it was I got
Game.
to play whatever I wanted, and I was like, let's
Yeah.
go. We're coming
Yeah.
in the Prius.
Was there a time that you ever drove your Prius from Iowa to Mizzou and then you had your car with us at Mizzou or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I have a
Yeah.
very vivid memory then. And we've talked
In
about this.
in between my license suspensions.
Remember when you took driver's school? It didn't work
Oh
out.
my God. Just to clarify, it was for too many tickets under the age of 21, like driving. Illinois has like crazy rules, so if you get too many speeding tickets, it wasn't for a DUI or anything like
It
that.
wasn't for a DUI, but I think there was a time where you could have been eligible for like a worse penalty, but because you drove through three states or like you got tickets in three different states, right? Was it like it kind of gave you a little bit of a pass, but had that all happened in one state, like you might have gotten it suspended again?
No, it all happened no matter what. Because like you'd be in the middle of fucking nowhere speeding.
Yeah.
There's nobody around. Like driving from Illinois to Iowa or Iowa to Missouri. And somehow I'd be in the middle of nowhere and then the lights would come on and I'm like, you're fucking kidding me? Like I'm just like not paying attention as much. You're just driving in the middle and you're like, halfway through and I got dinged and then dinged and then dinged and I was like, what the fuck?
So you got dinged three times in one car trip?
Not in the
Twice.
same trip. I got hit. I think
No, there was one time where it was twice in one trip, but
then it
maybe
was
two.
going to Mizzou,
Okay.
maybe. And
Yeah.
that's when I got hit in Iowa and then I got hit in Missouri. And then before that, I had when I was like 16 and I just started working at Buffalo Wild Wings. One of the nights it was really late, I was leaving, and there was this weird thing where you could only turn right here, and I had just started, so I didn't really understand the road. And then I took a left turn, and a cop got me. That was my first
You
ticket
got a
ever.
ticket from that?
Yeah, that was my
That's
first ticket, and I
nice.
remember I was crying. I was like, oh. And then in college, it was like I was I got those two, and then that got my license suspended for 3 months. All of that had cleared out, I'd done all of the stuff and it got cleared out. And then I got a ticket right before my 21st birthday. And because I was speeding, again, it was coming from Illinois to Iowa, middle of nowhere. And I was like, oh, it's been 3.5 years since all of that happened. And if you're under 21 in the state of Illinois, they have the amount of tickets, and they also have this stupid fucking point system that you have no idea what's going on. My like main address had moved in that time, and I didn't update my license, so I got the ticket, and I was like, okay, it's well out of the 2-year range, whatever. I didn't know about this point system. And then on my 21st birthday, I went to get my updated license, and they were like, your license is suspended. It's been suspended for 3 months. And I'm like, what? And they were like, it's suspended for a full 6 months, but whatever. So I didn't know for 3 of the months. And then, yeah, then I had to like wait it out.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But there was a time where you came to Mizzou and you had the Prius, because I remember we were in a Prius and nobody else had a Prius at the time. And you had played a song. And up until this moment, I forgot how it totally played out. But you had played Don't Let Me Down by the Chainsmokers. And I remember what road we were driving on at the time, and we had packed your Prius. There was more people than seats in that car, and that's already such a tiny car. But then we were blasting Don't Let Me Down by the Chainsmokers. And at the time, my crush was in the car, and he was a big music guy. And so I remember he approved of that song, and I was like, sick. We got it. We got it.
You're like, let's go, let's go.
Yeah.
I remember that same car ride, I feel like, no, I don't know if it was the same car ride, but there was a song recently that I was like, oh, I feel like that I found this song from that Mizzou trip. And it was, I think it's from the same car ride where one of the guys like requested a song, and it was Do You by Miguel.
Oh, yeah. They were big into Miguel at the time. Yeah.
And so when I saw Miguel recently, I like was playing Miguel music beforehand, and I feel like that song is popular, but it's not one of the main Miguel songs that you're like, oh. And I listened to it, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot about this fucking song. And then he performed it live, and I was like, yeah, this song sucks.
Yeah. Was that one of the songs that you added on your Pearl ticket when you went? Okay, because I remember I saw the song, and I remember being not like surprised, but I think I only know that song so well because I was constantly around that group that had man crushes on Miguel at the time, and we would get high every night in the dorm room and watch Miguel music videos. So I felt like it was
not the music videos.
Actually, the other night, I don't currently have any TV shows that I'm watching right now. I debated starting Hacks and getting HBO, but then I was like, I don't want to commit to not the show. That night, I was like, I'm not in the zone to like start something new. I've been kind of watching Full House here and there lately, and I was like, I wasn't in the mood for Full House either. So I started watching a ton of music videos on YouTube the other night, and
that is fun.
It entertained me for about 3 hours, and then it was time for bed.
Sometimes I do that with the NPR Tiny Desk contest. Just the actual Tiny Desk performances. Like, that's a good YouTube, let's run through these.
I feel like the art of music videos kind of, I don't think the art died, but I think the allure, I don't think it's gone. I feel like it's coming back, actually. But I think
I do feel like it's coming back.
Been away for a really long time, and people didn't care about it in the same way they once did. Whereas,
I feel like everyone went TikTok. It's like short form, just make videos teasing it, or try to make something that can have this dance that goes viral instead of a music video.
Because I remember in middle school, we would watch VH1 every morning or MTV at my house. But my brothers would also watch it with us. And one that always stands out for me that I will always remember, this music video is ingrained in my head, is Adele's Rolling in the Deep.
Oh, okay.
That music video, is that the music, Rolling in the Deep? No, Chasing Pavements. I'm sorry, Chasing Pavements. Like her very first breakout song. The music video to Chasing Pavements is, I could recall the entire thing for you right now.
Can you reenact it for us?
She's laying on the ground on sidewalk for a lot of it, and so no. But in theory,
pavement.
She's chasing pavement, yeah.
I feel like one of my favorite music videos that I'll never forget is We Found Love. I loved that music video.
That does not surprise me.
Yeah.
I feel, and you liked that song a lot too, right? Yeah. That music video, it reminds me of your Gemini placement. Like, it feels like that music video if I had to give that music video an astrological sign,
It's Gemini.
Gemini would be in its big three. I don't know if it would be,
Okay, okay.
it would be in its big three. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay.
It would probably also
Um,
have Aries in it. That song gives that the music video gives a little Aries too.
okay, a little Gemini and Aries. I guess I don't watch that many music videos these days.
Have you? I know you're
I
not like
do remember, I remember being at Mizzou too, and like definitely it was another music video night, We were at one of your guy friends' place, and they went on that typical like male YouTube route.
yeah.
And what was it? It was fucking, I think it was ASAP Rocky.
Yes, also another big one in that group.
Yeah, what was the fucking song?
Oh, it was I know it. I
You
know
know
it.
exactly what I'm
I
talking
know
about.
exactly because we watched that video all the fucking time. Um, oh, LSD.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that one was trippy. That one,
Hmm.
great music video, very trippy, and probably one of my most watched music videos because I was with these folk all the time.
Yeah.
That one,
I'm just thinking it's like so funny. I feel like so many people have this common experience of going in a YouTube hole with
yeah,
different people. I remember hanging out with some people and they wanted to always watch YouTube live performances of full concerts and stuff like that. I remember watching the Kid Cudi Kanye West concert maybe 3 times. At least like I think I've seen that concert 3
it's
times.
all on YouTube. How long is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
I don't even remember, but I remember like 3 separate occasions of seeing that fucking show.
Okay.
And they're like hanging in this like glass cube type of thing, performing in a glass cube that's hanging over the stage.
I feel like that really checks out for Kanye.
Yeah,
Just
it was definitely a Kanye concert with Kid Cudi as like the supporting. It was a lot.
supporting. I mean, I love a YouTube spiral, but it depends on what I'm watching.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The other night, I obviously was watching a bunch of music videos, but then I also love to
Wait,
go
which
on.
ones did you watch though?
It started, well, I think it started because Ariana Grande just released her music video for Hate That I Made You Love Me, which I found out she insisted it be filmed fully on film. It be like recorded fully on
Oh,
film.
that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, and she wanted it to be horror. I saw her say she loves horror, and I feel like the music video takes on horror. And then I ended up seeing somebody else kind of dissect the video in a way that I was like, whoa, there's so much more than what you can pick up on the naked first experience to your eye. So it started with that. And then I ended up going down, they weren't totally music videos, but some of them were music videos. But she also did this like 2023, maybe, or 2024. She did this Vivo, you know how like Vivo does experiences on
I don't
YouTube.
think Vivo's around anymore.
Is it? Are you sure?
I
If
think
so,
so.
it just died like recently then.
Never mind, it's still
It's,
around.
yeah.
Ignore me.
She did this like Vivo live performance 2 or 3 years ago where it's like a 35-minute show and she just sings 6 or 7 songs from one of her albums. So I watched that. I will say I was on quite the Ariana Grande kick, so a lot of it like I realized like, I hadn't seen a ton of her music videos. I love her music, but because the music video era kind of died for a little bit, I wasn't ever following up the music with the music videos. And then there was a docu-series she made that documented the makings of a certain music video, which was really cool to see.
What's that on?
YouTube. Yeah. That's what I ended up watching. Yeah.
Getting ready for the concert. I feel like her tour starts.
On your birthday.
You remember my birthday? No, I'm just kidding.
Are you doing anything for your birthday?
Yeah, I'm going to Benihana.
That's not inherently funny. It's just the way you delivered it.
Benihana is on Sunday, going with friends here. So on Saturday, there's a comedy show in North Beach, so gonna go to that. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do during the day on my birthday. I feel like the last couple years I've been going and writing a little reflection on my year and what I want
Yeah.
to happen next. So I'll probably do that. I think it's supposed to be good weather. Go to the comedy show and then Sunday Benihana. Fucking Benihana.
Benihana.
I